Hello, I'm going to talk about phonemic and phonological awareness and its critical role in developing early literacy skill in young children. Phonological awareness is being able to recognize and work with sounds in language. Phonemic awareness is the ability to hear, identify, and manipulate individual sounds. A phoneme is a speech sound. There are 44 phonemes in the English language, including sounds represented by letter combination that are called blends. Developing phonemic awareness is important in learning to spell and word recognition. Let's begin with phonological awareness. It is the foundation for learning to read. It is developing the literacy skill needed to be a successful leader. It begins with the observation and moves to action. Moreover, phonological awareness includes identifying and counting the numbers of syllables in words, recognizing alternation and identifying rhyming words and segmenting a sentence into individual words and working with phonemes. Most children pick up the phonological awareness by being exposed to a language rich environment. Reading rhyming stories, singing rhyming songs, chants, and word movement will build phonological skills. Beginning in infancy, babies watch the faces of their caregivers, usually the mother, and see their mouth moving and hearing sounds. As they develop, babies realize those sounds are coming from caregiver and they begin making their own sounds with their mouth. The parents' pleasant and happy reaction encourage babies to make more sounds. That is why it is crucial for parents to talk and react to their child. As a child continue to hear these sounds, the child begins to realize that those sounds mean something, that they too can make them. For example, a mother points to the child's father and say da da. The child will imitate that sound and store in his memory and will use it again upon seeing that person. In another instance, an adult opens and closes their hands and says bye bye. After some repetition, the baby associates that sound with the hand movement. Caregivers play an important part in helping child development literacy skills because listening is the first skill infant and toddlers develop. Caregivers label and give direction. When a caregiver asks child if they want some juice, toddler associate that word sound with something sweet to drink. When toddlers hear let's go, they associate that with moving their bodies. Listening and being encouraged to repeat label support language development, which is a part of developing early literacy. At home, parents can model languages by labeling and self talk. For example, a parent can say, I am going to put your shoes on, versus just getting the shoes or putting them on without speaking. They can also read simple picture books to the infants and toddlers to and point to the pictures as they read. In the classroom, teacher use modeling as a strategy to strengthen the a language-rich environment. Throughout the day, teacher can self-talk and narrate action like I am going to get some crayons so I can draw. Not only is the child listening to the language, they are learning some words mean action. As the child moves through the preschool, acquiring phonological awareness involves learning to identifying rhyming words. Teachers read books and with rhyming words like Dr. Seuss's stories written explicitly for recognizing rhyming words. Teachers also play finger games with rhyming words such as Incy Wincy Spider. The teacher can also play a rhyming game with a small group of children where each child will be given a chance to offer or make up a rhyming word in response to the teacher's word. For example, if the teacher says bat, the child would have a chance to think of a word that rhyming with bat. For exceptional learner, the teacher can assist him with word and have him repeat it. Singing songs that rhyme, repeating chants, and reading and saying nursery rhymes supports phonological awareness. Alteration is a supporting word together that begins with the same sound. To make it fun, the teacher can give two words and let the children build alteration sentences. She can begin with Fahim was the first to, then dash dash, and then give child give the children clues so as to words they can use. As a result, the class may ends up. Fahim was the first to find 5 falcons flying in the forest. The teacher can draw pictures and have children read it back to them. Another component of developing phonological awareness is the identifying and counting the numbers of syllables in a word. Children learn to break the word into the smaller parts. To practice, a teacher can make a game counting syllables with the body parts. For example, stump your feet to count the syllables in the word apple, or nod your head to count the syllables in the word table, or sit and tap your pip to count how many syllables in one banana. Games like these are fun to practice working with syllables. To modify this for exceptional learner is to say the word slowly. Besides phonological awareness, early literacy skills include print concepts, letter naming, vocabulary, listening, and comprehension. Print concepts are the learning that books are held upright. Pages are oriented from left right to left. Print goes from left to right and top to bottom. This is modeled by a teacher as she read the stories while following sentences with her fingers. Children will learn the difference between letters and numbers because letters from the word learning letters names and differentiating lowercase and uppercase is also very important to the concept of print. Teacher must inform parents when singing ABC song with their children. It is important to slow down the song as a part of LMNOP so that children can hear each letter name. There is no letter such as ELMNO. The teacher must reinforce this in the class by singing the A, B, C, D, E, F, G songs and slowing it down. Another activity that supports the print concept is the environmental print. Teacher can take the children on a neighborhood walk, and although the children cannot read, but the teacher can point out to the M. Look at the McDonald's fast food restaurant and D for Dunkin' Donut store signs and say open and close and S for stop. While on the nature walk, children can listen and use languages to identifying the sounds. For example, the sound of bus, the sound of fire engine, the people talking, or a dog barking. Because developing good skills is a part of early literacy. For another listening activity, each child will make a tally mark on a whiteboard for every rhyming word they hear in a story or for every word that begins with a specific letter. Also, a part of early literacy is requiring vocabulary and comprehension. Teacher must encourage caregivers to read often to their children. As teachers read storybooks to the children, they must highlight and discuss new vocabulary words. Having a large vocabulary and knowing that what the word mean by plays significant role in reading comprehension. Teacher will all ask many type of question as certain children's understanding and support them as scaffolding on what they already know and open-ended question. Asking them children to make prediction enhances comprehension by encouraging them to think beyond what they heard in the story. Speaking and listening also a part of developing phonomical and phonemic awareness. As children learn early literacy skills, allow them to choose books that interest them and encourage them to read and story to you after you read them. You will be impressed with the early literacy skill they demonstrate. Phonomical and phonological awareness is the foundation for developing early literacy skill that has a significant impact on the successful of early readers and learners. Thank you so much.